This tool is one of several resources available for children and young people's mental health commissioners and is supported by NHS England's Mental Health Clinical Policy and Strategy team. You can request information on the wider Commissioner's Support Programme via the email address displayed on the screen here. In order to create your first activity model, you will need to log into the modelling tool. If you do not have a login or are unsure how to access the tool, please refer to the video titled Introduction to the SDMT, which can be found at cypmh.scwcsu.nhs.uk. Click on the Inpatient tool heading at the top of the page and select the Scenario Manager option. There are two options within this menu, Intentions and Collaborations. The Intentions Manager allows you to define all of the activity your area will be planning for. Similarly, the Collaborations Manager allows you to create a set of planned services, but gives you the ability to perform what-if scenarios in order to help you balance your anticipated activity over the next year with the resources you have in place. We'll look at the Intentions Manager first. Click on New and give your dataset a descriptive name. On the Information tab, select the scenario year you are working on and a status, whether it's draft, proposed or published. These options won't affect your modelling, however they are provided to help you label your modelling and to enable you to distinguish between how advanced the modelling concept you're working on is. Select the inpatient regional data you wish to use. This is based on regional data captured during the selected year and will act as a baseline position which you can then apply any adjustments to for the year that you are planning for. A description can be added in order to provide any background or additional information to anyone else who might be using this data. The Baseline tab shows preloaded inpatient activity for your region based on the selection made on the Information tab. The tool defines there as being 5 service areas, each of which it assumes has to provide beds separately from the other areas. Adjustments can be made to each of these figures to represent your anticipated growth or reduction. The tool also provides you with a link to the public health data that shows where the latest relevant public health information is published. This may help you make the necessary adjustments to these figures. The numbers in the running totals at the bottom of the box will reflect these adjustments that you have made. So this has gone up by 5 and this one has gone down by 4. Each area of the tool has a pop-up help window which will give you further information about the area of the tool you are currently using. We would recommend checking these if you are ever unsure about anything. The Exported and Imported tabs allow you to import or export data to or from other regions. You can also shift activity to community settings via the Shift to Community tab. Each of these headings are discussed in detail in the Taking It Further video. When you are satisfied with your intention activity, please press the Save button at the top of this page to save this for further use and reference. The Inpatient Collaboration page allows you to reference your saved intention activity and further modify this to plan services that would meet the activity you are anticipating. Press New to create your collaboration. Start by giving this dataset a descriptive name, selecting the status, and choosing the scenario year you are working on. You can also import regional data, which will be used to populate the Providers tab. The Costs drop-down box allows you to import your staff costings. You can select the system default values or a locally defined set of costs if required. Select the intention you have just created in order to import the activity that you want to use. The Max Weights tab helps the user consider what the maximum weights are for a bed for each of the mental health categories. You will be able to play around with these further on the What If tab to see the consequence of changing any of these values. The tool includes data for every provider in England and lists the providers for your region under the Providers heading. It is populated with the regional data selected on the information sheet. The purpose of this tab is to allow the user to view, edit and maintain inpatient resource data. You can use what has been recorded here or update it with more recent data should you have it. The What If tab allows you to optimize your services based on potential scenarios you may wish to plan for. This is covered in more detail in the Taking It Further video. The Summary reports provide you with summaries of the information and outputs that have been entered. Click on the report you wish to view in order to see the summary information. This can then be exported from the tool into more convenient formats if required.